Welcome to Dumpster Chicken's Dumpster Diving, where we go through video game stuff and we give it to you, because insert pun here about dumpster diving. I don't know. This is a great episode to start off. Hi, I'm Rez.
I'm Cardboard Gamer. Wow, you're having a rough time.
I'm good at this. I swear.
You're good at something. I'm not sure if it's this.
You know, it's funny, too. I actually went to college for, well, not college for radio stuff, but I was part of the radio station. I was the production manager there, and I'm getting away with this.
Do you need a second?
Okay. Deep breaths. Okay, so, hi guys, welcome to Dumpster Chicken. Welcome. Wow. Okay, you go. Your turn.
Me?
I'm done.
You're done.
You run this. You got it.
Run the entire thing?
Yeah, what are we doing first?
You went and you saw concerts and you did stuff.
There we go. Thank you. If it wasn't for you, I don't know who would be listening to this. Because I would just be sitting there. So, I don't know if you guys have heard, but there's this thing called Video Games Live. I went to it a couple years ago up in Canada, and I just yesterday went up to Syracuse, which is around where I live, and got to see them perform again, and it was another awesome show. Yeah, it's Video Games Live. It's awesome.
Do tell us, what did they play?
Yes, they played a lot of stuff. They started off with Mario, of course, because they do this little arcade opening where they kind of play through a bunch of arcade games, and then they eventually get to Mario, kind of like a look through the past of what we started with, where we are now, and yay, all happy feelings and stuff, and then they gave the introduction. But they do a lot of stuff, but it's mostly video game music with a orchestra performing songs from a franchise. They did Skyrim, they did the first time I went, they did Shadow of Colossus, but not this time. They did Legend of Zelda, again, Super Mario. Some of the ones that they don't always do is World of Warcraft, Halo, and they actually did Portal.
Whoa.
Still alive. Yes. I know how much you love Portal, and it was awesome, because everyone was singing, and it was cool.
It's a collective experience.
Yeah.
Audience participation.
Totally. I've been to a few super snooty music symphony performing thing in a theater and make all fancy, but this was not it at all. When I got back from it, one of my friends was like, "So how was the show?" And I'm like, "It was great. I don't know how to explain it. I can't be like it was a concert, because they had a Guitar Hero contest and a costume contest, and the winner of either got to come up on stage and like show off and stuff. They had like little events on top of it, and then they had I'm gonna stop right there because I forgot. I have to bring this up. The Guitar Hero contest that they had was absolutely amazing. It goes on out in the hall like an hour before startup, and you can join or whatever. But the person who wins comes up on stage, performs a little Guitar Hero thing like in front of everybody, and if he gets 400,000 points on hard mode on a certain song, he gets a prize.
No pressure.
And I was like, no pressure. Everyone's watching. So this dude comes out who already looks like a rocker. Like he's got the Jufro going on. And
wait, he's got
he
the
just
what?
Looks Jufro. Like,
what is that?
Google it. It's that like curly hair, but like light brown, but like it's a Jufro. I don't explain it.
Okay.
But it's he looks like the lead singer to Mars Volta. If you guys don't know Mars Volta, Cardboard Gamer, put a picture up now because I told you to.
Oh, okay. Duly noted.
Okay. So he looks like the lead singer of Mars Volta. He comes up there, and the guy who's running this whole thing gets the mic, and he's like, "This guy, whatever his name is, got like many points in the concert out there, in the contest out before the show. So we're gonna give him a chance to win these prizes." And he holds up a bunch of prizes, and everyone's like, "Hey!" And it's cool. And he's like, all right, so he's just got to get 400,000 points on hard mode on The Pretender by Foo Fighters. And, like, as he's saying this, he like turns to the guy and he's like, so you think you can get 400,000 points? And he gives this like gesture like, nah, get it higher, get it harder. And he's like, on expert mode? And he's like, yup, like nodding like, yeah, I got this, no big deal, whatever. So everyone's like cheering for him and like, woo! And so he plays a song and he starts off and like he's performing and he's doing a great job, and it's kind of like you don't know if he can do it or not, but he's trying to showboat, or not really showboat, but he's trying his hardest. He gets up to 300,000 points and like right at the climax of the song, and then he like whips around, faces the audience, goes into star power, and just does it from memory. I'm like, oh my god, this guy's amazing. Like I've never been such a huge fan of Guitar Hero. I mean, it's fun, it's awesome, but this guy, like, this was his moment. Like, I turned to the people I was with, and my date was like, yeah, he's getting laid tonight. And I'm like, yeah, totally.
Yes, pro tip, if you want the ladies, just play really sick Guitar Hero solos.
Yes.
Nothing can go wrong.
No. This was this guy's, like, shining moment. His life just is gonna go downhill from here. Oh,
wow.
Well, you know what I mean. No, never mind. I feel like I was mean. I'm done. So Video Games Live, heard a lot of music. It was great. I had an awesome time. If you guys get a chance to see Video Games Live, I really recommend it. Two of the people that were there, there was a singer who did the vocals for Journey, and if you haven't heard it, oh my god, it's amazing. But this girl's voice was just absolutely incredible, and she's part of the OC Remix, which is a group of people who do remixes of music online. If you like video game music, just check them out. I'm sure you've heard of them if you're anything or at all involved in video game music or like it. It's great. But she's involved with them, and the lead dude, Tommy something or another, is one of the founders of OC Remix, so he is like the guy for video game music, like absolutely. And I had the privilege at ConnectCon last year to meet both of these people, and I thought, like, okay, they're cool people, whatever, you know. And then I saw Video Games Live, and I saw Tommy come up on stage, and I'm just like, whoa, I know that guy.
I know that guy. You know what that actually reminds me of when you said that?
Yeah.
Elf.
Santa, I know that guy.
I know him. It's getting close to that time of year, so
yeah,
the
Christmas time.
Elf is going to be watched, so that reminded me.
Yep, totally.
No,
I
have to
Halloween
ask,
ended, so Christmas is next.
I have to ask, when they did the Skyrim, did they have the person chanting?
No.
What?
They had the chorus tried, like they tried to do the chant.
They're like, what the? How do I read Dovahkiin? Yeah,
there was only like 4 or 5 people that stood up in the chorus to sing it, and then the rest of it was just played as the track through the speakers, and it was a little disappointing, but like the rest of the music was all done live by orchestra right there, and I was like, that's awesome. Okay, that's good.
They should have tried harder.
They should have.
I mean, it's only like, you know, the Draconic language. It's not that hard. Only dragons speak it.
Yeah. The cool thing is they did a special that he said, this is the first time we've ever done this live. It's great. It's on Tetris. Tommy, whatever his name is, the guy who ran it, came up and he's like, so this chorus is really great because they took the time and effort to learn Russian for this. It's an opera based on a video game that I wrote. And I was just like, what? Russian? Opera? Music? What else could it possibly be? Tetris. It was blown away.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was great. I had a good time. Video game music. I'm all about video game music. In case you didn't know, because my name's Rez, and I do this show called ReZonance because it's video game music and it's what resonates with me. So, you know, shameless plug here. Go watch my show.
Shameless plug indeed. Can we get links down in the description? Actually, are there any more tickets available for this tour of Video Games Live, or are they all sold
absolutely.
out?
Oh no, they do 60 shows a year. so they're constantly on tour. So there will be a show within driving distance of you if you're within the United States. They want to go international next year, I think he said. And if they do, sweet. And if I'm wrong, oops.
Whoops. Well, anyway, we should have links down in the description if you guys want to check it out.
Totes. Go see it. It's great. And the tickets weren't all that expensive. The first time I went, the tickets were only $15 a piece, but that was like 3-4 years ago. But now I paid $45 for pretty decent seats, and they went as high as $100 for front row. So I was like, yeah, hope they don't go to New York City, because hope they do, because it'll be awesome, but the prices will be ridiculous if they do.
Ooh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's all I got for Video Games Live. That was awesome.
It sounded really awesome. I wish I could have gone. I was in Baltimore.
Yeah. Oh, why is that?
I was seeing dʒrægɛn in concert.
Oh.
Yes. For people that follow them or people that don't, they don't come to the States very often. Actually, not a lot of Japanese bands tend to come out this way, which is sad.
Wow, they're Japanese? I thought they were European for whatever reason.
What?
I don't follow them.
But you're friends with me.
But I don't know.
Well, okay, to be fair, their openers were French.
Very French.
Very French.
That's kind of cool.
Although at one point, like, the band was like, "Hey, amigos!" I'm like, "Wait a minute, you're French?" Yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute.
That's Spanish? Hold on. I think we're confused. But anyway, that was a fantastic concert. If you're a fan, you really, really, really need to see them live if you haven't. It is intense. And like, the one thing I like about them a lot is, like, you know how you listen to a band on your iPods or whatever, and, you know, it sounds one way, and then you go to the concert and they sound usually worse.
Yeah.
They sound very, very close to what they sound like on their CDs.
Wow.
Yes.
That's pretty intense. I've been to quite a few concerts in my day, and I think Foo Fighters is the only band that I've gone to see live, and they were good. Like, I'm not saying concerts are bad. You go there mostly for the atmosphere and the fact that there's massive speakers blowing the music right in your face and the chance to meet them. You don't go because it's the best audio quality ever.
You go because you hope that when they headbang, their sweat will fly off of their hair and land on you.
That's gross. That's totally gross.
You know that's why you go.
Ew. So we both went to concerts and stuff this week.
We did.
And yay, high five.
Yay.
You missed my high five.
Oh, what the? You're
the high five.
Okay.
Watch the elbow.
No.
But so that's what we did over the weekend. We didn't really grab any news segments, so that's kind of what's going to be taking place for our quote-unquote news for whatever this is, podcasty thing. But there is one thing I really wanted to point out about last week's episode. Was it last week? I don't know. Last episode that we did in our Steam Greenlight section, we mentioned a game called Colossal Kaiju Combat. Simon Strange is his name. He's one of the creators of the game. He's one of the guys who, I think it's his baby. But he commented on the YouTube video, somehow found us and said, "Hey, came to listen to the nice things you have to say about my game. Thanks for brightening up my Halloween." And that just blew my mind, that the game creator found us and said, "Hey, thanks for talking about it." So that got me excited. I was happy. I tweeted about it if you follow us on Dumpster Chicken. And I found out because of that, I did a little more digging, and apparently Colossal Kaiju Combat is being kickstarted right now. I'll put a link in the description. There's 17 days left, and they are just under, I'd say they're about almost halfway done with $17 days left to go. I would really donate, put some money into this. The Like I said, it's Kickstarter. We'll put the link in before. It looks like a great game. It's a lot of fun. Last time I was looking at it, I'm like, hey, it looks pretty good, but like I did more research on it, and it looks great. So, link in the description. Check it out. Give them your mannies.
Yes, give them your mannies. What's a manny?
It's like money, but more John Tronish.
Oh, okay. I thought Manny Petty, but okay.
That's Manny Petty. That's silly. You're silly.
I am silly.
Yeah. So that's I just wanted to give a shout out to him. Thanks, Simon, for listening to us. I hope you're listening to this episode, because we're gonna build up your ego just a little bit more for that. But I think that's about it for the news section. What else did we have here?
We have new Steam Greenlight games.
Oh, goody! I like them.
Goody gumdrops.
What do we have this time?
Well, did we want to go with your suggestion first?
Nah, you go first.
What? But I don't. First is scary.
The more I look at my suggestion, the less I like it.
Oh.
So go ahead.
I hope I didn't have anything to do with that. Okay.
Maybe.
So I found a game on Steam Greenlight. It looks like it was actually put up fairly recently. I think last week. Last week. Yes.
Oh wow. Yeah, November 7th.
7th, yes. It is called, and I am sorry if I screw this up, The Memory of Eldurîm? Eldurîm? Yes. Anyway, it's a action-oriented open-world RPG. And when I first looked at it, the first thing I thought was, holy crap, this looks like Skyrim.
Scrim! Go ahead. I got excited.
I did too, because everyone loves Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I miss Skyrim.
Yeah, I do too. But the game, like the visual design looks very similar, which is nice because Skyrim was gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
And then just reading about how they're designing the game and kind of how they want the play to be like sounds a lot like how Skyrim was. So it's like it sounds like they have similar sort of things. So like, in Skyrim, it's like, I'm gonna go pick some flowers. Hey, I got flower picking skill, or whatever the heck it was. Herbalism, alchemy, something or other.
Yeah.
Or or actually no.
I think it was both.
Actually, no. I don't think gathering actually gave you anything in Skyrim. It was just making the stuff that did.
Oh yeah, because you didn't get any skills for picking butterflies out of the sky and ripping their wings off.
I feel bad. I had way too much fun doing that. Poor butterflies. But if you used a sword in combat, you'd get sword skill, or if you snuck around behind people, you'd get stealth skill.
I hated that skill. It took me forever to build it up.
I loved it.
I was doing it wrong, but I didn't learn that until I was too high a level, and I'm like, fuck it, restarting character.
But yeah, so it looks like this game is kind of the same way. They kind of want you to be able to develop your own play style and play how you want to, which is a great idea. One thing I'm kind of unsure about is they want to make all paths of progression viable, so that no one playstyle is going to be more overpowered than the rest of them. Which...
I'm going to be a painter! I'm going to go around and I'm going to paint things with combat, and then throw my painting canvas at them. Ha-ha!
Ha-ha!
I don't know if you can really do that, but that would be sweet. Game designers, if you're listening, make a painter class. No, don't really do that. That'd make it terrible.
Yeah. No. So, I mean, that's a great idea and all, but the amount of balance that would have to go into that is
Yeah. I have very, very little experience in game design. I've made 2 tabletop board game things that are complete, and the amount of time I have to spend sitting in front of 2 stupid card games, just flipping things back and forth, writing up probability tables, trying to get things quote unquote balanced, it's ridiculous. And that's just for a simple card game. This is for a vidge game.
Yes.
A really intense, scrimmy vidge game.
Yes. So, I mean, it's a great idea. I don't know how they're quite going to make it work. The other thing that is a little disappointing is they emphasize, storyline, but there's not really much about the story in the Kickstarter that I can find. By the way, it does have a Kickstarter. We'll put a link.
Yes, give them your names.
It's going until December 8th.
Oh, yeah, so they just started it then.
Yeah, they just started it. But I mean, it's
Nice.
it's kind of generic how they describe it. It's like, you're in a world which is in constant upheaval. There's political strife and religious turmoil, and your decisions affect, other factions, and they might like you or they might hate you. It's like, okay, it sounds like Skyrim. It sounds like a lot of, RPGs, but I want more than that. I want to know more.
It sounds like they haven't written the story yet.
Supposedly they have, though.
Oh, okay.
Supposedly.
Maybe they might be doing the don't tell them yet marketing strategy and just be like, hey, we're just going to hold on to this until...
Or wait. Actually, now that I'm reading, it says they have a dedicated writer that has planned out a storyline from beginning to end. So maybe they don't have all the specifics firmed up yet. But I mean, it looks really pretty. It looks like they took a lot from Skyrim. Skyrim was hugely successful. And all the things that they have here is pre-alpha. And it's like, if it looks this good in pre-alpha, holy shit.
I was, no wonder they're asking for, I think, 150,000?
Yeah.
Yeah, 150,000 is their stretch goal, or is their regular goal. I saw also Oculus Rift on the stretch goal. I was like, nice, dude, that'd be awesome. It actually, I was looking through the pictures and watching the videos and stuff, and it actually looks better than Skyrim in a way. I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm a little jaded because I played Skyrim so much that just the blacks, grays, and browns filtered together so much, and they all look the same. But yeah, I don't know. This looks better to me.
I don't think it quite looks better than Skyrim. It looks a little flat, I guess would be the word for it. Mm-hmm. Like obviously they've got shadows built in and everything, but on some of the actual objects themselves, it looks a little flat. But I mean, it's pre-alpha. And if it looks that good already, I'm sure it's going to look much, much better once they finally finish.
And what I say by looking better, I'm talking about strictly the environments. I'm seeing their inventories and character models, and there's a picture of a skeleton on their Greenlight page, and I'm just like, ha ha ha, you look terrible. But the rest of it looks awesome.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
So
yeah, it looks pretty great. One thing that caught my eye too is it says players, single player, multiplayer, co-op, and local co-op. Hello.
Want to be friends?
We could be friends.
Yay!
Oh, and there's a download now link. I'm not sure. Oh, the pre-alpha download is available for free, so you can actually play the game.
Well, you can play a small snippet of the game.
Yeah.
But I mean, the fact that they have anything up at all is pretty cool.
Yeah, they must have put some real effort into this.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Or something. Mm-hmm. So, about games and effort, and Skyrim, and dragons. That's a great segue to, let me see if I can pronounce this right. dʒrægɛn. Dragon. Mm-hmm. A game about a dragon. This is a Steam Greenlight game that I discovered that I thought was awesome, and the more time I spent looking at it, the more I was like, oh, maybe it's not so great. I just don't. The game is, well, we'll send a link. Obviously, we'll put a link in the description below. But the game is entirely hand-drawn. And it's kind of like Yoshi's Island. It's got that kind of... Oh, no. Kirby 3 would be a better one. It's crayon-drawn aesthetic that looks very hand-drawn. And it's a platformer. And it's freaking adorable.
It's really adorable.
Mm-hmm. It's... It's about a dragon, obviously. I'm not sure exactly what the story is or anything like that, but it's a dragon platformer that you get new breath weapons. I was like, that's pretty cool.
The story, okay, this is my major gripe with it, and I'm sorry, internet. Oh no, Dragon's girlfriend has been kidnapped by the mean king, and it's up to you to help him rescue her. Dude, you kidnapped a motherfucking dragon. I don't care if it's a boy dragon or a girl dragon, it's either gonna eat you or incinerate you. Why does Dragon's boyfriend have to come save her? What?
I think it looks like, I mean, when I'm looking at the gameplay in the video, it's very, very largely paying an homage to Yoshi's Island and Mario and the like. And I think that's what they're trying to go with the quote-unquote story, to be like, oh, hey, it's like Mario, princess stolen away, blah, 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 blah.
I know, but can't we just be like, hey, you're a dragon. Some king moved onto your land. It's up to you to get bigger and badder so you could eat him and scare him away. I feel like that would be better.
But he's got bifocals. He can't
Well, that could be a plot point. Maybe he's just not a very good dragon, and this is his quest for personal growth.
Oh my god, we have to email the people and be like, change the story. We got a better story for you guys. Just go back to the story. It's great. I would love to see that. Just be like, I'm a dragon, but I'm just really bad at being a dragon. Here's how I get better. And like the other dragons at school are calling him names and picking on him. And he's like, but I want to be a good dragon. He's like, well, you got to eat a king to be good at being a dragon. He's like, I don't really want to. I like kings. They're really nice and whatever. So his quest is to go find a dragon and be like, yo, give me special powers and stuff. But done.
Yes.
Story.
Done.
Novel. Sold. Cut, print, paste. Go. Cut, print, paste. What the hell am I saying? Yep.
I don't know what you're saying. I'm not going to ask.
I'm just excited about this game. It looks adorable. I saw that you learn new breath weapons, and I'm seeing that you use the different kinds of breath weapons in puzzles and stuff, and I was like, that's a really cool concept. I mean, really go back to the old school platformer style games, and I love me some platformers from Super Nintendo era. This is good. It made me happy. This is good.
I agree. I mean, I'd probably give it a try.
And it's all hand-drawn. It looks just like Yoshi's Island, and I love Yoshi so much. So,
although you also get to collect treasure though and put it in your hoard, which is a house. Like no, dragon hoards aren't in houses; they're in caves. No, guys.
I think that's the joke.
Maybe.
I hope so. Oh, I love the. You'll see in the video, if you watch the video, the like knights and stuff. Their attack animation. It doesn't look like they're even swinging a sword at you. It looks more like they're just wavering their arm like, get away, get away. Oh my god. Yeah. So that's what I picked for Steam Greenlight this episode, and now I feel completely shamed after coming after the Memories of Eldurîm, because that game looks awesome. And Dragon,
this is awesome in its own way. I mean, you don't see too many hand-drawn crayon-colored games out there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely unique.
Yes. I know. I'm excited. I actually followed it because I'm that excited about it. It's just like production quality level there compared to what you had. I was just like, oh, because they're Skyrim.
Okay,
that looks good.
To be fair, they did hand animate everything. And coming from someone that went to school for animation for a year, that's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm. I've done a lot of animating too, and it's just you don't want to hand animate everything. Tweening is my best friend, and yes. The computer is my best friend. Do it for me. Thanks.
Exactly.
So those are our Steam Greenlight episode, or Steam Greenlight games that we want you to see because they're really cool. They're both awesome. I plan on getting both of them eventually and filling up my Steam library even more. And
you don't need to play the games you already have. No.
They're sitting on a digital shelf just for me to show off on Steam. I think that's what Steam's made for nowadays with all the bundles and everything.
Probably. It's like, guys, look how big my penis is. I mean, look how big my Steam library is.
Yeah. I plan on getting through it eventually. Like, every once in a while, I'll just sit back and be like, oh, my Steam library is huge. I'm going to roll some dice and figure out what I'm going to play today. Horrible game? Horrible game. Got it. Okay, removing it from my computer.
There you go.
But, yep. So, I wanted to move on to our next segment of the Word of the Day. And the last week, because we did the Halloween episode, we kind of skipped over someone's recommendation. So Unknown Side is the user that commented on the YouTube video last time, and his requested word of the week is power-ups. I don't have Okay, I have a story for this, but do you have a story? Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, go. 1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, 3, go. Okay, so remember when you did that video for Crash Team Racing, and remember how much you ripped on it?
Oh God! No, I don't remember. And it definitely didn't go up on screwattack.com, and we definitely didn't get a ton of comments flaming us for being terrible at everything. None of that happened.
None of that happened. Well, anyways, in the event that in some alternate universe it did happen, I'd have to say my favorite power-up in just about any video game is the Tiki Mask. Do you remember? Oodaba.
Oodaba.
Because you could do so much janky bullshit with the Tiki Mask.
Now, are you talking about Crash Team Racing or Crash Bandicoot? Oh, okay.
The Crash Team Racing one. Well, like Crash Bandicoot, it was like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna run around and nothing can hurt me, blah, 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 whatever. And it was kind of boring. That's the wrong sound effect.
It does the same thing.
It does the same thing. But in Crash Team Racing, like, if you manage to get a Tiki Mask, you could do all sorts of, like, you can jump off of ledges and take weird shortcuts and end up places, and all of a sudden you're in first place because you jumped across half the track. There was
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I remember in one level, I forgot the name of the level, but it's dark, and you're in a temple kind of thing. There's an outdoor dirt track, and then there's a part where you kind of go through a temple. If you have the Tiki Mask at a certain part, actually you could do it with the beakers too. You could throw the beakers at it. But there's basically this door you can go through. If you have the Tiki Mask, it'll fall down, and you can kind of go and basically cut out like half the track and just end up in the front of everybody.
Wow. So what you're saying is this game has a lot of really cool and unique things to discover that we completely steamrolled when we played it on We Got This.
Pretty much.
Yep.
And then, like, there's certain spots, like, I think they have it in Mario Racing too, but
yeah, I know in Mario Kart, pretty much any of them, there are very few shortcuts, and as the game went on, they kind of removed the shortcuts made for the game, and they kind of implemented these people discovered little fakey shortcuts, like in Mario Kart Wii, how you could complete a track in 12 seconds because of some bullshit. But
try backwards.
Yeah, but I remember Diddy Kong Racing had a lot of shortcuts.
Oh, okay.
But
I never played that.
But I have no experience with Crash Team Racing at all. What you saw me play on Got This was literally the first time I've ever picked up that game.
I'm so sorry.
And I hate it.
Wow. But yeah, like there's an outdoor temple level actually. There's a spot you can actually jump off. Like there's on the sides of the tracks, there's barriers, and there's one spot where the barrier is actually missing, and you can actually, if you have the Tiki Mask, jump through that and get into this like weird hidden staircase area. And it's just there's all sorts of weird bullshit you can pull with the Tiki Mask. And not to mention, you know, the ever fun thing where you just run into people and they fly up in the air and die.
So Tiki Mask was like a star. You go faster and you're invulnerable.
Yeah.
And you break things.
And if you run into people, they die. Well, not die, but you know, they get knocked off the track and crash.
Nice. I would have to say I have two things to say about this. One of them would be my favorite power-up. My favorite power-up of all time is Super Mario Bros. 3, the P-Wing. Because it wasn't an ultimate fix-all you win, except on certain levels. Like, you couldn't use it on any level you're underground or underwater or whatever. Well, some underwater. Anyway, and that game was so, I don't want to say difficult, but it was hard enough that when you get something that let you skip a level, basically, it was always like, thank you, because you just didn't want to deal with the stupid shit at that level. So Super Mario Bros. 3, the P-Wing, and it's really cool to just keep hitting button and be like, I'm flying! I thought that was the coolest power-up ever. So that's my favorite power-up. But I do have a story about another power-up that drove me absolutely nuts.
Oh?
Yes. So, I'm a kid. I rent this game called Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I love it to pieces. Never played the first one, so I had no idea how you're supposed to play this game. I was just like, press buttons, go, wee. And I loved the... I really liked the torches, but they were kind of useless, so I ended up sticking with the crossbow, which fired arrows diagonally, and if you had the power-up armor, which if you're good enough, you can just hold on to it the whole time, it was homing arrows. So it was great, just sitting in the corner and be like, all my enemies die, ha 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 ha. But... the game, you go through the game, you do what you need to do, you beat the game, and it's an incredibly hard game, so once you beat it, you, like, throw the controller up, and you're like, yeah! 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 You get all excited.
It's like, like Demon Souls.
Yes! Oh my god, yes! But 2D and, so brutal. So, the game is very hard, you get to the end boss, you're stoked, and then you play the game, you beat the game, beat the boss, who isn't insanely difficult, but... he was just like, okay, you beat the boss, whatever. And then once you beat the game, it kind of goes, ha 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 ha, you didn't really win. I'm going to bring her to a different castle, and we're going to drop you back off at the beginning of the game. And the first chest you get is this, like, bracelet. And if you don't beat the game or get up to the last level using entirely or maybe at a specific point, this bracelet that has a really crappy, low-damaging, straightforward moving projectile, you can't beat the last boss. You can't get to the last boss. So I'm sitting there, this little kid, I beat the game, I'm super excited, and then the game gave me this big middle finger and just says, no, go back, start over, and gives me a really crappy item, and I'm like, I don't want to do this again, but I have to, because I'm a gamer, and we have to beat games.
Wow, talk about, like, crushing defeat as a child.
Yeah, you know the worst part about all
that? How long did it take you to recover?
Weeks, years even. I didn't touch a Super Nintendo for another... who am I kidding? I picked it up immediately afterwards.
Well, what was the worst part then?
It took me about 2 hours to get through the whole game. Or no, I'm sorry, not 2 hours. Now it takes me like 2 hours because I'm an adult. It took me like 6 hours to get through the whole game. And then after beating it and starting over and having to do it again, I could not beat the game. Like, because I had that stupid weapon, I could not beat the game. I could not get up to the last boss. I was like, screw it. Threw up the controller, brought the game back, and I was like, give me Chrono Trigger. I want that game.
I throw my hands up in the air sometimes.
Singing, ayo.
Yep.
Something bayo. Yeah, so that was my crushing childhood defeat based on power-ups. Thanks, Unknown Side. Thanks.
He wanted to relive that. Really, he did.
Yeah. But, yeah, those are my power-up stories, and I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's what we got for today.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. If you have another idea for another word of the day, another story you'd like us to dig up out of our memories and give to you as an anecdote and enjoy it, let us know in the comment section below. Just tell us what word of the day you want, and like Unknown Side did, if you comment, we will talk about it.
We will provide.
We will provide. Again, thank you very much for Simon Strange for commenting last week on your game. Good luck with your Kickstarter. Good luck with the Kickstarter again for Memories of Eldurîm, and I don't think... Yep, Dragon, a game about a dragon, does not have a Kickstarter, but you should check it out, it's great. If you liked what you heard, we have Dumpster Chicken Facebook group. You can check us out there. We put up news and stuff kind of frequently. We have a Twitter at DChickenShows. You can tweet at us. We'll always respond because we're always in front of a computer. Always.
That wasn't planned, by the way.
Yeah, and if I'm having, if you happen or have it on the phone too, so if I happen to be taking a poop and you tweet me, I'll respond to you while I'm on the pooper.
I will not.
I will. You can talk to me. So, thanks for listening. I'm Rez.
I'm Cardboard Gamer.
And stay tuned for next episode next week. Thanks for listening. Goodbye. Bye.